You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Yeah.
I'm in you. Got my nigga Rawan with me.
But that was my niggas. It'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding General Your Honor. That was my niggas. It'll be an honor and a blessing. Look. Hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is Akashka from the Bahamas. I'm getting ready to start our class right now. Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatam, to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatam by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to all the sisters. As I say, I'm Officer 50, Akashka from the Bahamas, and we're going to get into it tonight. This is a Thursday night scripture breakdown. Captain Nayatak will be in, and we'll be going into the book of Job. Talking about trials and challenges, and what we must face. And it's not all bad. And the Lord is putting us through some of these trials that we go through. So don't get discouraged if you're going through trials. The trials and tests are for a reason. So don't get discouraged. Yahweh knows what you need. And He knows the only way to get us better is to test us. So don't be discouraged, don't be dismayed. Just know that it's all for our good. whom he love he chasing, and who he brags on gets tested. I think that's how it works out, because the enemy is going to see us. And even in this daily life, as we go about our daily business, we get tests, we get challenged, there are trials and tribulations. But that's us in IHPK. We fight our demons, and we don't let our demons overcome us. We fight our demons. We fight and we fight and we fight. And that simply means practically whatever the things were in the past that was causing us to usher us into sin, those are the things we fight. We don't do it. If we know an area in our life that causes us to slip into some of our last bad habits, let's say if it's a friend you used to hang out with, if you used to smoke blunts or whatever you used to do, you buying horse, you hang out with a friend and you all used to do that. You all used to get all excited and jeer one another on to do things like that, or let's encourage one another to do things. You avoid those kind of situations. You avoid those people. That's how you fight your demons practically. You wouldn't put yourself in a position where you would put yourself in the position and then expect some miraculous thing to happen that you'll come out, you'll be able to fight with some spiritual power. It doesn't work like that. It works when you try your endeavor to make sure you fight your demons that you're dealing with. Y'all by Shemi Hawashai Brakatam, young man Bryce. I see you. You're getting it in. We are talking about Job and the trials. Trials of life, trials, tribulation that all of us have to go through in life. There's no missing it. And in some cases, the Lord actually putting us out there to toughen our mantle, to get us stronger, to boast about us. So we're talking about that. If you have any questions, let's create your question. The captain will be in soon. Take over. But like I say, if any questions in the meantime, just go ahead and ask it. But we just talking about trials and tribulation and talk about how they come. I'm gonna start with reading a little bit in the book of Job so that we can get some background even before we get into some of the other trials and tribulations. Now, so let's get it. This is the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. Verse number 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so. And when the day of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sacrificed them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offering according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus Job did continually. Yahweh Shema Latam by Shema Shai. Sis, I'm just reading in the book of Job. We're talking about trials, tribulations. I'm just getting us some background before Cap comes in. He'll be taking over and talking about the book of Job. So I'm getting us all set up. I'm in Job, the first chapter. I'm down to the 6th verse now. I'll continue to read a little bit more. If you have any questions that read on this topic or another one, just feel free to come off a mute and put your question up. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves. And by the way, I'm right now, and as I said, the book of Job, chapter 1, I'm down to the 6th verse. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feared God and eschewed evil. Verse number 9. Then Satan answered and said, then Satan answered the Lord and said, Does Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he has, on every side? Thus he blessed the work of his hands. Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, Elakia, and his substance is increased in the land. Verse 11. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he had, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he has is in thine power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And verse 13 says, And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in the oldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The fire of God has fallen from heaven, and has burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. And verse 17. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. And verse 18 says, While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the east, from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord giveth, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Okay, but we ain't gonna attempt to break that down, but I'll tell you all the story while we wait for Captain. If you all have any questions, go ahead and ask. So that remind me of after Dorian, and the first time I went back up on the farm after Dorian had passed through Grand Bahama. And when I got up there, everything was gone. So like, hold on for me a minute. Okay, Salakia. I'm gonna have to take a next little short break, but let's do this while. Okay, so when I when I got up there, I found that everything was totally destroyed. So yeah, so when I got up there, everything was destroyed, everything was gone, totally cleaned, and the feeling that was on me was, I guess initially was shocking, but even so, I realized that it was nothing that can be done. I got up there probably 3 days after the hurricane passed, because of course the roads were washed out. They had to rebuild the roads. I know it was bad because at that point I was hearing the amount of people who were missing from up that area. So obviously I know it was going to be really, really bad for everybody and everything that was up on that side. So I had some idea that it wasn't going to be good. But I didn't have that idea that it was going to be that bad. So when I got up, I didn't. But the strange thing is, I never blame anything. I made light of it as much as I can, because it was a great loss. But again, there's nothing that you really can do when when things like hurricane destroys the place. So in that, I find like it was kind of a temptation to like, yeah, hold on 1 second.
All right. Shalom. Yeah. Haba Shem Yashai Brakathum. Yahweh Shema Taba Shem
Yahweh
Yashai.
by Shem Yahushai, like now turn the class over to Captain Nanta, Captain of 13,000.
Yeah. How y'all doing? Y'all good? All right. You have any questions? Any questions, young man, Bryce, Sister Tish? You have any question? If not, let's jump into Job one time.
La answer.
All right. Let's jump into Job. Let's go to Job 2 and 1. All right. We're going to start off right there today. All right. You all hear me loud and clear, right? Okay. So Job chapter 2, verse 1. All right. So say again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came among them to present himself before the Lord. So who's the sons of God here? Who's the sons of God right here?
So that is, excuse me for a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Who is the sons of God? Young man, Bryce, Keith, you wanna give it a shot? In the church, who the city sons of God were?
Okay.
All right. Young man, Bryce, you wanna give it a shot? If not, no sweat. I'm gonna let you know. All right. So here, right, this is the Lord speaking to who? To the angels. So in this case, the sons of God will be referred to as who? The angels in this case. All right. And who could be, a son of God? It's like a slang. And remember, this Bible is written in slang. All right. If you go to Romans 8 and 14, it tells you who the sons of God would be. All right. So Romans 8 and 14, it says, for as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. You understand? It says, you know what? You could be a son of God. You understand? It's just slang. All right. But you're going to have to be doing what? You're going to have to be following what the Lord said to do. You understand? We got to be following what the Lord said to do. Now, let's go back to Job. We in Job, hold on. We in Job 2 and 1. All right. Let me put it up on my blue letter Bible right here. All right. Until the brother comes back. I said Job is a real good story about how to, how to battle your demons, basically. You understand? On a personal level, how to battle them. All right. And the people around you also too. How to deal with, people who trying to come, be in your ear, trying to tell you, trying to discourage you, in other words, because of the situation you're in. All right. So Job 2 and 1. So say again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord, and which lets you know what? Satan works for the Lord. Satan is an angel of the Lord. You understand? And that's to debunk what the Christian or the Catholic Church likes to say, that Satan is beneath the earth. And Satan, is arch nemesis to the Most High. When he's not, he works for the Lord. And let's see how Satan works for the Lord. Verse 2. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? All right. So the Lord asking Satan, basically they're having what? A conversation. All right. And the Lord asked Satan, where you coming from? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth. So understand that. He's saying he's going what? To and fro in the earth. He's not saying what? He's going to and fro under the earth. He's going to and fro in the earth. Right? And from walking up and down in it. He walking up and down in it. On the earth, not beneath the earth. You understand? All right, verse 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? So he's asking him a question. Have you considered my servant Job? Right? He's asking a question here. Right? He's literally asking a question. Right? From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Right? From walking up and down in it. And, you know what I mean? So where is the Christian church getting this whole thing about Satan having a pitchfork or whatever, and his cronies beneath the earth, demons beneath the earth? You know what I mean? Which lets you know all these things were made up. You understand? Those are stories that the Christian church made up to try and control the masses and basically try to control, you know what I mean, the common people. You understand? That's exactly what they try to do. All right.
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
My internet is giving me issues, but I wanted to ask,
Mm-hmm.
when they went to present themselves to the Lord, the
Mm-hmm.
Bible says what Satan, he only asked Satan, but what were the other angels doing? Is Satan the only one designated to test test the followers of Christ, or the other angels are too?
Okay, just think. Okay, in the UPK, right? We have rank, right? And we get that from the Bible. You understand? There's certain angels with certain what they call that? They have certain what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, for example, right? You teach, right?
Can no one can, so
So you have a principal, right?
can no one
So
can,
your principal, her job or his job is different from your job,
no one can, so
right? So the principal, he's over the entire school. So he's entirely over all the teachers, and now beneath him, teachers will teach different classes or subjects,
can
right?
no.
So just think like that, like for example, my Yaka Allah, he's in charge. He's the angel in charge of the army. Raphael, he's the ones that take the prayers. You understand? So Satan, he's the one that goes out and tests you to see if you're worthy for what the Lord, you know what I mean, wants to give you or have for you. You understand? Right? He's the one testing to see what team you're on. Right? And now that's why the story of Job is so heavy, to really give you a good understanding on the job a demon basically have, or the job Satan have. You understand? Satan works for the Lord. Don't let nobody else tell you any otherwise. Otherwise, they're gonna have to prove what they're saying. If they say Satan is is the devil beneath the earth, then they're gonna have to prove that Satan is beneath the earth. And this scripture cuts the whole fact that he is not beneath the earth. You understand? He's working for the Lord, and he has to report to the Most High. Right? And there's another story also too, where Michael and what's his name, and Satan, right? They were having a debate or a conversation, basically. I would say more so a debate on what was going to happen to Moses' bone. You understand? Which lets you know that ain't no disorder going on up there in heaven. Nothing whatsoever. That whole thing with Satan falling from heaven, those things were made up.
But so that, I
Mhm.
had a conversation a couple months back with some Christians, so they call it, and they couldn't understand that Satan works for God. They don't. So I said to them, if they don't believe that and they don't understand that, then they're saying that Satan more powerful than God. Then, if he's not working for him and he's not doing what God allows him to do, or Christ allows him to do, that means he's powerful if he's doing these things and God doesn't want him to do it.
Right. Meaning, you're correct. Meaning he's either one, he had the same power like the Most High, or is it saying he's more powerful than the Most High, right? And when you speak to people outside of these classes about Satan, really and truly, and they don't want to come off that whole belief, one, it's an excuse to sin. So now, Satan, guess what happened when you sin? It ain't God caused me to do it. It's who? Satan.
Satan.
Yeah, right here, Christians say Satan is alive, the devil is alive.
If they say he's alive.
Yeah, you ever hear Satan saying the devil is alive? It's a slang they use to basically say Satan did this.
The devil busy.
Yes. You understand? That's why when it comes to debt, anything dealing with anything negative in your life, they align it with Satan. Right? And that's why Job is a good story to show that whole alignment is really not aligned. You understand? Because Job never once said this is what Job did not say. You ever read the story of Job? Job for once never blamed the devil. He never said the devil caused me to do that. It's the devil that give me boils. He never said those things out his mouth. You understand? Because the things that happened to Job that we're going to read about, so many things that happened to Job that we're going to read about, it's happening to us today. Like that boil could align to what? To some illness, that we could have. You understand? Like cancer, AIDS, some venereal disease. And now you're going to say what? Satan give you it? You understand? Or some, something that's, that it's your fault, basically. Right? And let's read on a little bit and you'll see. Akashka, I'm at Job 2 and 3.
Cancer. Ready? You want me to read, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? And there is none like him in the earth.
So what is the Lord doing here right now?
Yes, that he can test Job.
Okay, well, before that, the Lord is basically having a council with them and looking at the best man on the earth right now, who was what at that time was what? Job. And he's like, yo, you ain't consider my servant Job. Why? Because Job ain't break none of the Lord laws. Right? Read on.
A perfect and upright man.
A what?
A perfect and upright man.
For him to be perfect and upright, he has to be following all the laws of the Lord God. Right? Read on.
One that feareth God.
You understand? That whole thing, that doesn't have nothing about the Lord knows my heart. You understand? For you to do what the Lord say to do shows that what? It's right in the scripture. You do everything the Lord say to do. What does that show?
That you love the Lord?
Yes, but it's right there in the scripture. Come on.
That you fear God.
That's it. You fear God. If the Lord say don't eat pork and you don't eat pork, it's because you do what? Yes, you love the Lord, but at the same time, you fear what he could do to you if you do eat pork. You understand? He tell you don't have interracial marriages. No, you will not go and get an African or oppressor or any other nation, because you know if you're going to do it, you are going to anger the Lord. So you fear the Lord. So you're going to stay away from these things. That's going to make the Lord angry. It's just like a father. You understand? You have a father. He tells you to do something. Yes, if you listen to him, it shows that you love him. But most of all, it shows that you fear what your father could do if he finds out, you know what I mean, something you're not supposed to do. Right? Read on.
One that feareth God and escheweth evil.
Meaning what? He escheweth evil. What does it mean by eschew it? Look it up. What does eschew it means?
To avoid.
Yes. Meaning he is doing what? He do everything what? To avoid what? Evil.
Avoid evil.
Evil.
You understand? And that's what I say. The Bible is so real. It's just like today. You know, if you have a few drinks at some bar, it's going to lead to what? To you smoking. Then guess what? You don't go to that bar. You understand? You try to cut back on your drinking if you know every time that happens. You understand? You trying to what? Avoid evil. Not so much the drinking, but the smoking. You understand? You know, if you go to the club, you trying to get high, you trying to pop some mollies or do something. So guess what? Then you just what? Don't go. If you know that's what it's going to lead to. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come on, sir. And still he held it fast, his integrity.
And he what?
He held it fast, his integrity.
And that's what black people, Hispanics, and Native Indian, we have lost our integrity. You understand? Today, our integrity is for sale. You understand? The right money somebody gives you, you are going to sin against the Lord. But you're going to have to hold fast to your what? To your integrity. You understand? Read on.
Although thou movest me against him.
Right? Although what?
Although thou movest me against him.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
To destroy him without cause.
Right. So who is speaking here right now?
It's God.
Right? And he's saying what? And still he what? He hold fast his integrity, right? Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without a cause. Now hold on. Read on.
And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man has will he give for his life.
Will he give for his what?
For his life.
You understand? Meaning what?
I mean, if he put his life in danger, he'll give all that he have just to live.
That's it. Meaning somebody kick in that door to your family. Guess what? Look my wife, look my child. Just don't kill me. You understand? Right? When, you know what I mean, it ain't supposed to be that, but Satan is trying to tell him is lifetime man is so precious, he's willing to give up what? Anything for it. You understand? Right? Read on.
But put forth thine hand now and touch his bones and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Right? Read on.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hands, but save his life.
You understand? What orders did the Lord give him here? He gave Satan.
So like I could, sorry if I may. He said he could I guess he said he could do just about anything, just don't kill him.
That's it. So what's the job of a demon?
So like I said, what did you say?
What's the job of a demon?
The demon is gonna try to kill us.
It's to unalive you. You understand? Right? That's why cigarette, right? More than likely will lead to what? You getting what? Cancer, some type of cancer. Throat cancer, lung cancer, whatever. You understand? Right? Having a promiscuous lifestyle could lead to what? Some venereal disease that's going to stick with you for what? For the rest of your life. Or it could lead to what? HIV, which could lead to what? AIDS. You understand? Eating the wrong food, you know what I mean, could lead to what? To cancer. Could lead to you losing a limb. You understand? So the demon's job is to do what? Is to destroy you. You understand?
The lucky yourself.
Come on.
When they say curse God and die, I know
Mhm.
that they don't mean use angry words against it.
No, it doesn't mean what's a curse?
Like a punishment. I don't know.
Yes, some type of punishment. So me saying Akashka saying telling me call my MF, you know what I mean, or MC, right? No, we could go to court and I could tell the judge what Ashka told me to call my MC. What's the judge going to tell me? See, those are just what? Words.
Just words.
Yeah. What did he? The question going to be, what did he do? You understand? Now, with that being said, how do you curse the Lord?
By saying he's not God.
Okay, if I say he's not God, right? But I don't eat pork, I don't crab, shrimp, and lobster. Do everything that's in the Bible. All right. Now I won't say it because it's idle words. You understand? And I'm speaking against him. Right? Remember what did Christ say? That you speak an evil word about him, you could be forgiven, but to the Holy Spirit, you will not be forgiven. You understand? That's when you speak, you understand. Now, when she said to curse him, it means basically for Job, just don't do what the Lord tell you to do. Go live your life. He tell you to eat pork, crab, shrimp. You go eat some pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Curse him. Don't follow his laws. You understand? Go get, you know what I mean, some good cocaine. Don't follow what he said to do. Go get that pipe. You understand? It's going to take you there. Right? Now she is telling Job to do it based off of what? Why is she telling Job to do it? Did we get to that part as yet?
Last
Skip down to that part.
to where Satan tells. Oh,
Go to
I understand.
7. Go to verse 7.
Cancer. We're here right now. So when Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his head to his feet and to the crown to his head.
You understand? So he is looking. Go ahead.
Yes. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his feet unto his crown.
Right. So you can imagine this brother having what? Boils all over his body. You didn't want him to do what? You didn't want him to touch you. You didn't want him to come close to you. You understand? Right? And this was a what? A punishment. You understand? Which is a what? Which could be seen as a what here?
A curse?
It is a curse, yes, but it's a what from the Lord?
A test?
Us, say that one time.
A test?
That's it, a test. Like we're reading it now, right? Remember, Job going through it, right? He ain't seen it like that. He is like, got boils all over my, all over my body. And he is there doing what with it? Read verse 8. What is he doing to them boils?
And he took him potsherd to scrape himself withal.
You
and
understand?
He sat down among the ashes.
So which means this boils was doing what? Scratching him. And he was he had something to scratch himself with, or itch himself with. Now read on. Listen to what his wife is going to tell him.
Then said 9. His wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die.
Yeah, she's like, man, basically do what? She's basically telling him to do what?
To deny God?
Turn his back on God?
Yes, but she's basically telling him to commit suicide, basically.
Oh.
To hell with all of that. Just give it all up. Just die. Because now, it's okay. Today, the so-called oppressor, he removed that concept of God from us. I want to say remove it from us to the point whereas we walk around and we see certain things, but we don't, or we go through certain things, but we don't liken it to God. So for example, if like now you in the truth, so if something happened to you right now, guess what you're going to sit down and do? What you're going to sit down and do?
I would try to figure out what I did for that thing to happen to me.
Yes. Now you're going to start to sit down and think, yo, am I doing what I'm supposed to do? And now if you run through all of that, then you could be like, what? Oh, these are tests. I'm going to fight. I'm going to do this. Or, still had to get rid of pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. I have to stop eating that. Let me put, you understand? Now you start to do what? Check it. What I call that? Checks and balance. You start to see what's going on in your life. He removed that from us. But with Job and them, they know if what? You had boils, you understand? All over your body. Guess who put that on you? Lord. And he is doing it, and his wife. So you can imagine, this man doing everything the Lord said to do, and then his wife see him in that state. His wife is like, what? Man, just curse God and die, man. Why are you going through all of that? Why are you going through all of that? But listen, read on.
This is the book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 10. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
You understand? That's why, as a woman, okay, be in a room, but not be in the room. You understand what I'm saying? What am I saying? Be in a room, but don't be in the room. What am I saying?
Can't answer.
What should Job's wife have done?
So like I said, Job's wife should have supported Job.
Yeah. But remember, she opened her mouth. What should she have not done?
Well, she should not tell him to curse God and die.
I'm going to make it simple for you. She should have just shut up.
She just shut up. Can't say.
Yeah. She should have just shut her mouth. That's all she had to do. Even though she may have been thinking it. You know what I mean? Because she see her husband going through, you know what I mean, something that, you know what I mean, he more than likely taught her, you know what I mean, try to bring up what? Right. Because he was, you know what I mean, remember the Lord said he was upright. So of course, if he upright, he's trying to do what? Instill that in his family.
Kind of, sir.
You understand? So she's seeing it. She should have just do shut her mouth. You know what I mean? And or offer some help. But she did not. You understand? All right? What does the Bible say about a woman who runs her mouth? What does the Bible say about a woman that runs her mouth?
Not sure.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, they get that. Go to Proverbs 9 and 13. All right. Go to Proverbs 9 and 13.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
A foolish woman is clamorous.
A what?
A foolish woman is clamorous.
What does it mean to be clamorous?
I think that's talkative.
She what?
That's talkative, yeah?
Yeah. She was running her mouth. That was who? That's Job's wife. You understand? That's why he said what? You talk as what foolish women do.
A foolish woman.
Right, read on.
What shall we receive good at the hands of God?
Mm-hmm.
And shall we not receive evil?
Mm-hmm. No. Go back to Proverbs. You gotta finish that Proverbs out. All right. Finish that Proverbs out. All right. That will help understand to be in a room but not be in a room.
Oh, kind.
All right.
Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 6. Which verse was that again, Cap?
9 and 13.
9 and 13. Kind. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
She is what?
She is simple and knoweth nothing.
She is simple and knoweth nothing. You understand? You want to know a dumb woman in a room? Look to the one that's talking a lot, who's yapping a whole lot. You understand? If you have nothing to say, then I have to wonder whether you're what? Based on the scripture. If I walk into a room and that woman is not talking, what would I have to wonder? Whether she's what? Foolish or not. So in other words, I will give her what? The benefit of the what? The doubt. You understand? Right? But you can't be in a room with men in it and you running your mouth. Right? So now go back to Job now. Back to Job. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Job, chapter.
Yeah, verse 10.
2 and verse 10. So yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
Mm-hmm.
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil?
Right? So what is he saying?
He said, when we was receiving good, we wasn't complaining. And now evil comes from the Lord just as the good came.
Yes. Where is that? Give me Isaiah 45 and 7.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
I form the light
Mm-hmm.
and create darkness.
And who's that? Who's saying I form the light? Who forms the light and create darkness?
God.
Yes. Read on.
I make peace.
I make what?
I make peace
Mm-hmm. Read on.
and create evil.
And what?
And create evil.
Read on.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
You understand? All right. So you going through anything in your life, it's what? Is the Lord.
The Lord. The Lord.
Yeah. So it's either one, you're paying for something you did, or what?
Or a test.
Yeah, or a test. Either one. Do not move your lips against him. You understand? Right? And you're gonna understand. This is what you're gonna have to understand. And Job gonna give us it. Job gonna give us the end and be all of what we need to do in times like that. You understand? That's why I tell brothers and sisters, when you come into this truth, don't think everything is just going to be nice and dandy. Don't think because you come in here, whatever you did in the past, it stopped. Sometimes it may follow you. Sometimes it may do something. You may, just think you driving a car, right? And because you wasn't following the laws that was laid down by the land, by your government or whatever, you accumulate a ton of what? A ton of tickets. Right? Now, don't think because you're coming the truth, them tickets just disappear. You understand? Don't think the tickets just going to be like, well, you owe the government $3,000. Don't think it's just going to be like, it's, you owe them $0 once you come into the truth. No, that's not the case. You understand? You're going to have to deal with that $3,000, and then anything that proceeds after that, then we're going to start to sit down and do with checks and balance. You understand? But don't think once you come in here, it's just going to be like poof, everything that's going to be wonderful. No, this is life. You're reading about Job. Job was better than me and you. And who again was better than me and you? Who was better than Job? Who?
Christ.
Christ was better than Job. And Christ had to do what? Or he did what? Christ died.
Died for our sins.
Yeah, he didn't have to go up on the cross. But he was better than me and you. But he still put his life on the line for me and you. So guess what? We're going to have to try tooth and nail. Even though things mightn't go the way we think we might want it to go, we're going to have to do what? Now they say trust the process. You know what I mean? Trust the Lord. You understand? Trust him. Read on.
Come on. In all this, did not Job sin with his lips?
And what?
Job did not sin with his lips.
Job did not sin with his lips. You understand? Meaning what? He didn't say anything evil against the Lord. You understand? All right? Read on.
Come on. This is the book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 11.
You know what? Skip to, let me see. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I think is. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Go to verse 6 and 1.
Chapter 6 and verse 1. Come on. This is the book of Job, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Right. So remember, right? So the Lord did what? What did the Lord do to Job?
He allowed Satan to test him.
Yes, but okay, you're right. But what did he do to Job? Give me an action. What did he do to Job? He
He allowed
he,
Job
he
to
unalive all Job what livestock,
all the livestock,
unalive his what, his wife, his
his
children.
children.
You understand? Read now.
But not the wife, sir, right? He
Huh?
didn't unalive the wife. He didn't unalive the wife.
I think Job lose everything.
Cancer.
Read on.
Cancer. This is the book of Job, chapter 6 and verse 1. But Job answered and said, Oh, that my grief were thoroughly weighed, and my calamity laid in the balance together.
All right, read on.
For now it would be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore, my words are swallowed up.
Right? Therefore, what?
My words are swallowed up.
Right. His word is swallowed up. Right. So, okay, when I say he lost his wife, I don't know if she, I don't think she died, but she didn't mention.
Cancer.
You know what I mean? No more after that, basically. You know what I mean? So, and that's why they say Job lost everything. You understand? Just think about, you know what I mean, you going down. You know what I mean? Everything are wrong, you're falling. You know what I mean? Guess what's gonna happen? Everybody gonna do what?
Everybody can get away so they don't fall too.
Yeah, it's a disappearing act.
Cancer.
You understand? Right? So now you're reading here, Job basically is, you know what I mean? He is going through hell arc. Read verse 4.
Cancer. For the arrow of the Almighty are within me. The person,
the poison,
the poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me.
You understand? So Job being poetic with, you know what I mean, with the hell he's in. What a way to say I'm in hell. You understand? Now, you know what I mean? I know we up on the time, right?
Cancer.
What did Job learn from all of this that we all should learn? Go to verse 42.
What chapter, circus?
42. Job 42.
40?
Yeah,
Oh,
chapter
Job
42.
Chapter 42. Cancer.
Let's read. All right.
This is the book of Job, chapter 42.
So this is the conclusion to it right here. Read.
Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withheld from thee. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge?
You understand? So he know you can't do what? What he knows, you can't hide what?
Anything.
You can't hide nothing from the Lord. That's why Christians be saying, the Lord know my heart. Yeah, he know what's going on in that brain of yours. He know that you ain't listening to him. You're planning on going to lobsters and eat what? Shrimp, crab, and lobsters. You understand? He know you're planning, you know what I mean, the barbecue at the church with what? With pork. He knows it. Right? Read on.
Therefore have I uttered that I understood not.
He what?
Therefore have I uttered that I understood not.
Meaning he didn't understand anything. And he gonna be specific now. Read on.
Things too wonderful for me.
Things to what?
Too wonderful for me,
Read on.
which I knew not.
Which I what?
Which I knew not.
He knew not. You mean, like these Christians, they really don't understand the Lord. I mean, here's Job, who was what? Upright and perfect. And he's telling you what? He didn't understand. He didn't know what was going on. Because why? Because Job taught what? Job taught that whatever he was going through, he didn't deserve it. You understand? You going through something from the Lord, you better say what? I deserve this. You understand? I deserve it. Right? Read on.
Which I knew not.
Mm-hmm.
Here I beseech thee, and I will speak.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
I have heard of free of thee by the hearing of the air.
What is he saying? What is he saying?
He heard of the Lord by the hearing of the air.
Meaning what?
I mean, and he have some internal voice spoke to him.
No.
No, well,
No. Okay,
he
think
was-
about it, right? Thinking about it like this, right? Right now you're in the truth, right?
can't.
Now, what you see now wrong here? You see your friends and them are wrong here, right?
Can't say.
What you seeing now that you're in the
But I
truth?
see- But I see in them, they're not in the truth, and they see the amount of evilness and wickedness that's going on, and them not wanting to do the right things.
Do you see the Lord dealing with them? Do you hear
I
about the
see-
Lord? Do you hear about the Lord dealing with them?
Well, I testing if from that perspective, and
Okay.
having challenges.
For you to
But-
be testing, you have to know what?
Have to know.
For it to be a test, you have to know what?
Have to know.
Remember, we saying is a test based on what we know with what? Based on what we know in the story.
Can't
Job
say.
wasn't saying it was a test.
Can't.
You understand what I'm saying? He was going through it. You understand? What Job is trying to say here is that he heard about it from people who came and tell them what they was going through.
Can't say.
So now somebody who ain't doing what the Lord said to do, he would hear what? He would hear, man, I lost 2 of my sheep, about 3 of my cows from sickness. So he hearing what the Lord what? Doing to
Lord
the
do.
other farmer.
Can't say.
You understand? He hearing that this man done lost his what? His son or his daughter. He hearing it. He heard of the Lord. You understand? Some people are like that. They just had to hear what the Lord said to do, and guess what? They're going to stop. They're going to stop. They're going to make sure and do what the Lord said to do. Then there's other people who what?
Who is not here?
Yeah, who don't learn from example. They have to be the example. You don't want to be the person who learn from example. You don't want to be the one who learn that being promiscuous is going to give you AIDS or HIV. You understand? Or HIV that could lead to AIDS. You understand? You don't want to be that person. You want to be the person who learn if a man have sex with a woman, that's his wife. And you take that seriously and you live your life like that. You understand? Vice versa for a woman. Same thing. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come on. But now mine eyes see thee.
How does his eyes see it, the Lord?
Because now he's experiencing and he see now.
Yeah, now he is here with something trying to scrape some boils off his skin. So now he's seeing it. He's seeing what the Lord could do. Right? Read on.
Karen, this is verse number 6. Wherefore, I abhor myself.
Wherefore what?
I abhor myself.
What is Job saying?
You hate yourself?
That's something you're going to have to do. You understand? You're going to have to understand what Job is saying here. Job is saying, I abhor myself. Read on.
And repent in dust and ashes.
And he what?
And repent in dust and ashes.
You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to be the person saying, you know what? I hate what, what I just did. Or what I was thinking. You're going to have to hate yourself to understand what? Why is Job hating himself? So that he don't get what? Complacent. So he don't think that what? I don't deserve to be going through this. So Job had to what? Humble himself. And he hate himself because what? He had that pride in him that thought that what? He don't deserve to go through this.
Answer.
You don't deserve to go through this. Whatever you're going through today in life, tell yourself, I deserve to go through it. And then guess what? Work to not be in it. You understand? Push on. You understand? You might fall, but push on. Don't stay down. Right? Read on.
Karen. And it was so that after the Lord had spoken these words unto Job, the Lord said to Eliphaz and Temanite,
the Temanite.
The Temanite, my wrath is kindled against thee and against thy two friends, for ye have not spoken of me the things that is right, as my servant Job has.
You understand? Now, just imagine that. The Lord wait for Job to do what? To come to what? His senses. For Job to what? Realize, yo, I am God. You are man. You understand? Now Job understand the relationship. Now Job understand the Lord, he can do whatever he wants. And he hate himself for not what? Understanding that and not seeing that. You understand? Because remember, what was these three friends was telling Job, saying to Job? You remember what these three friends were trying to tell Job?
Yeah,
come on.
If I may. Yeah, I think they was telling Job that it was something that he did why these things happened to him.
Yes, they were telling Job he was a sinner.
Cancer.
And it was, they were trying to beat that into him. They're trying to tell him, nah, you do something wrong, otherwise these things ain't gonna happen to you. It's like you and the truth, and people in the world seeing you going through stuff and saying, you see, you ain't supposed to be in there. You're in there hating the oppressor. You're doing this, you're doing that. They find everything they try to hit you with to say that you're what? That you are a sinner and the Lord is dealing with you. Well, they try the same thing with Job. But guess what? Read on.
Karen. This is the book of Job, chapter 42 and verse 8. Therefore, take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering. And my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept.
Read on.
Lest I deal with you after your foolery, your
Your
folly,
folly. Mm-hmm.
in that ye have not spoken of me the things which is right, like my servant Job.
So you better watch what you're saying about the Lord. Better watch your mouth. You understand? Watch what come out your mouth. You understand? That BS about the Lord knowing my heart, you better stop that. You better do what the Lord say to do. You understand? Read on.
Come. So Eliphaz the Temanite and Bildad the Shumite and
Mhm.
Zohar the Nimanite went
Mhm.
and did according.
Salakia, skip to verse 10. Skip to
Come.
verse 10. Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been in of his acquaintance before,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
and did
understand?
eat bread.
So it means what? Everybody try to what? Stay away from him, basically, right? But now the Lord is what? Blessing him and
Blessing him
give him what? Twice
twice
as
as much.
much. You understand? You have an evil woman, Ark, brother. She leaves you. Oh, the Lord gonna send something to you. He gonna send twice as much to you. You understand? You have an evil husband. You better stay with that man until he walk out that door. You walk out that door, the Lord gonna have something waiting for you. You understand? You just can't be the one to do what? What you can't do.
For the sisters, they can't initiate it.
Okay, on the
That's
whole,
on both parts.
on the whole, what you can't do, you can't be the one to say that what I don't deserve this
Can't, sir.
and decide to do what? Leave.
Leave.
Man or woman, you can't be that person to be like, you know what? I didn't deserve your black behind woman. I'm leaving. I deserve better than you. No, guess what? No, you deserve her. If you saying that, if you're thinking that, you deserve her. You understand? Likewise, sisters, you deserve him. If you're thinking you deserve something better, then you don't know the Lord. You don't understand him. You ain't seen him, but you're gonna see him if you leave that man. You're gonna see the Lord if you leave that woman. You're gonna know and see him. You understand? All right. You're gonna have to stick with the Lord no matter what you're in. You're gonna have to stick with him. You're gonna have to do what he said to do. Sometimes it's gonna be difficult. Nonetheless, do it. You don't know if it's a test. You don't know if you actually did something wrong and now you're paying for it. You understand? What you have to worry about is this: hate yourself and do what the Lord said to do. You understand? Do what Job did and don't question the Lord. You understand? Do what you have to do. Don't say why me. Then why these other people, your brothers and sisters, are going through it? Why them? You understand? You have any questions before I let you all out?
Awesome.
Okay.
That's enough to munch on.
Nah, trust me. You're in the right place. You know what I mean? You're in the right place. You know what I mean? You'll never get this type of I would say tough love in the Christian church. You understand? You'll never get this. But in here, you're gonna get that, you know what I mean, that tough love. You know what I mean? That real thing. All right. So with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Ashka.
Can. Okay, this is the security announcement. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahano. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You'll find it in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. It means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashira. 10% of every penny of any increase that the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher, the priest fund. Free will offering for priests is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you want to give, you give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we are in the 50-day period of first fruits, which will end on the 17th of June. That'll be 50 days after the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Remind Akia and Aquathian to check the social media, ISUPK, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, for events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he must start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Amajim, we'll give one courtesy to salute the teacher, man of Israel, Amajim. Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
And we'll greet the sister Amajim, Mrs. Stan. Amajim Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatam Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema, Elatan, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
And with that, class dismissed.
Christ. All right, shalom.
Shalom, Kat.